This show is sponsored by Singles Sealed Memorabilia. Find them on Instagram at Singled Sealed Memorabilia or on eBay. Search for the username Singles Sealed Memorabilia. They are turning their collecting hobby and passion into a shop dream, bringing a variety of wrestling cards to collectors all around the world. They also create their own mystery bundles and bring other unusual cards to the graded scene. They have 100% positive eBay customer feedback with over 3,000 sales. We do thank Singles Sealed Memorabilia for their support of the Squared Circle Relics podcast.
And now, presenting from across the pond, it's the Squared Circle Relics podcast.
Hello and welcome along to episode number 36 of the Squared Circle Relics podcast. I'm your lead host this time around. I am Jamie. And I'm not joined by Chris and Lloyd this time. We've got two Davids are better than one. I'm joined by Lloydy and David Kiddle, sponsor of the show. Good afternoon to you boys. How are you both doing, all right?
So let's just so the president and David. So, or Dave, whatever. But yeah, just I think that's probably best. Or
it's going to be a complex one.
It is, yeah.
Well, so we've got to say thoughts over with Chris. He's got a family emergency tonight, so we're going to hold the fort for you. So we've still got three of us. We've got all Chris's notes. We will cover through, but yeah, thoughts to Chris and family at the moment. Just sorting out a few bits and pieces. So,
how you doing, Kiddle? Kiddly Widdly?
I'm not too bad, mate. How are you?
Not bad. Things are going well.
Yeah,
it's just getting from A to B at the minute. I'm very much. We'll talk about more later on. Apologies if anyone can hear a crying child behind me at the minute. There's nothing I can do about that at the minute. Obviously we have a card show coming up in the next 2 days.
Boom.
And I'm going to give Mr. Kiddle a big old cuddle when I see him. Yes. So no, very much looking forward to it. But yeah, you looking forward to it, Dave?
Yeah, I am, mate, to be completely honest with you. Like, a little bit nervous, my first sort of vendor placement, but yeah, looking forward to it. It's going to be an experience and hopefully one of many, so. Yeah.
It's going to be really weird, I think, to be honest. The wife, I'm taking the wife from Stanley to it, and I was very much like trying to answer her questions of what it's going to be like, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
See, I've not ever been to a card show, but I imagine it's like going to a car boot sale, but it's all cards. That's basically what I expect it's going to be.
Yeah, I've been to many of a
bit more technical than that.
Well, I've been to a Comic-Con or two in my time, and
nice.
Ultimately, I think it's going to be like that, but just lots of cards instead of lots of toys and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The one in Bristol was pretty good, to be fair. It was at Ashton Gate Football Stadium. And they had like loads of different tables downstairs, and yeah, it's just all cards laid out, graded cards, sealed product, and just so much sort of variety and everything. There was a couple of other TCGs and mixtures of like old and new cards, a few different.
Don't get me on my Pokemon! Oh my god,
I even
got to catch those little bastards! I tell you.
I've even seen some sort of like old rugby cards, cricket cards, and even ones like that, which are a bit out of the blue. So. You never know what you're going to see, really.
Rugby cards, man, that would be insane.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for darts cards.
Yeah.
Well, can you imagine?
We tried to get Sam. We tried to get Sam Tier to make some darts cards, and the problem is we actually talked about this at length because he was interested in getting obviously some of the legends of the darts community to do some signings and stuff like that.
Whoever's left of them.
But well, yeah, there's that as well. But Jockey Wilson. But the problem is with it is that all of the darts people have like third party. They sold like their image rights off to third party, and these third parties manage what they sign and how they do it and stuff like that. So you have to basically deal with third parties and a lot of them probably don't want to work with independent people to do their image stuff. So it is really tricky, to be honest. And I can see why a lot of people like have the reason that they haven't actually been made. But Tops would be Top Starts writes itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. can you imagine like a flight relic or like a
Yes.
Peter Reich Mohawk relic?
Could have like the bullseye relic.
Oh, mate. Yeah.
I actually met Michael Van Gerwen once. I know this is completely off fucking topic.
This is totally off piece. I'm happy with this.
Yeah,
This one
but
good.
I met Van Gerwen. So I used to work in there's Argos building in Milton Keynes, and in the foyer bit, because they have the Masters on in Milton Keynes every year. It's like January, end of January.
Yeah.
And so he was doing a bit of an exhibition downstairs, and like playing people from Argos who wanted to play, basically.
Right.
And so this is like their Argos HQ. This is not like in a store, you know what I mean? So I'd made a point and went down there to say hello to him and stuff like that. And
Nice.
I thought, because you see him on TV and the angles that they are and everything, you all expect them to be these giant human beings, right?
I thought he was a big tall guy. Yeah.
I mean, they're all fat, but like you would have thought there'd be like these giant, like hulking people. But he's actually like height-wise shorter than me. I'm 6 foot.
Yeah.
But it felt like he was good, like 5'10", and I was like,
Really?
I never thought that was the case. I thought he was just like this man mountain 6'3" of a guy, and he's not. But yeah,
No, he's not.
love the darts.
Absolutely.
I do. I love the darts and all. Yeah, I do want to go like one Christmas break, do that Crimbo Limbo week, and just like have a good laugh down there. You know?
The thing is, it's a very British thing.
It is.
It's a very European centered, like you know, the Dutch love it and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I always think of darts as being this like British institution because we bloody love the darts.
We love the darts.
Have you ever been?
I love
Have you ever been, Dave?
I actually
been
went
to
to
the darts?
Butlins the other year. I went for
Ooh.
I think it was like the Players' Championship or something.
Yeah,
It was a weekend thing. It was a good little event, mate. I ain't gonna lie.
that's
It was
cool.
awesome. Yeah,
That's cool.
Definitely got to do it again
Right.
though. Like,
Yeah. Thing is, though, I mean, Jamie, have you got a favourite darts player? 'Cause
Well, I've always liked Michael Van Gerwen. I like
Yeah.
Peter Wright, of course. Anyway,
my
I can't
missus' favourite. She loves
Who's
a
that?
bit of dancing, Peter.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
does she really?
yeah, loves it.
I always they don't do it as much on Sky Sports now. I don't know. Is he retired? But obviously, Russ used to like the Russ Summeter, and like just seeing that, and I used to always pops in the Russ Summeter in the corner. Like, you know?
yeah.
But no, I do like watching the darts over Christmas. Like, that's quite nice to sit there in your new pajamas, and
Well, yeah.
just sitting there vegging, you know,
It's good.
getting your Christmas beards on.
Yeah, they start it up again. Like they take like a day off, don't they? And they're back at it at Boxing Day.
They pretty much, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, amazing.
So yeah, it's good. But we're massively digress there. We're gonna the sort of intro to David Kiddle via the darts.
Fire the darts. Why not?
So for people who aren't aware, Dave, you're based down the southwest, aren't you? So you're coming up to Milton Keynes.
Yeah, based in Bristol, mate. I think it's about a 2-hour 45, 3-hour drive. So yeah, a bit far out.
It's cross
It
country.
might be a bit of a day then. I guess it's going to be a long one for you.
Yeah, I was thinking of going up on the Friday, tomorrow evening. But I've decided now to make sure I got everything ready and done, and then go up Saturday morning, come back Saturday evening.
Well, it's a 10 o'clock start, so it's not early. You got to be
It's not
there.
too
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? You don't have to
vendors
start
have got
at
me
8
in,
or
I think, for about 8:15.
Oh, that's oof.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to leave at about 5, I think. So
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Jeez. Well, while we're talking about the card show, then we'll go into card news in that case. We'll just run through in a bit more detail about the card show, keep things on topic. So I know very little about the card show other than obviously seeing it on Facebook and advertising. I'll hand over to you two for the card show stuff because there's a lot of stalls. Obviously, you're up there, Dave. Lloydy, you're going as a punter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys run through the card show side of things while we're on topic of it. And then we'll...
Go on, Kiddle. You're standing. You know about it more than me.
So basically, I just found it on one of the wrestling Facebook groups. I was quite lucky to get a vendor placement. He basically put up saying they've had a cancellation of about 3 or 4 tables, and messaged the kid. I think it was on like WWE Trading Card Stickers UK page, and he said if it was going to be mainly wrestling, he said he would definitely have me there. So no brainer, and it seemed to go down all right.
So the company's called the Sports Card Social.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just Mark or there's multiple people, but Mark Holden is the main man, basically.
Yeah, that's who I've been dealing with as well.
As I said on the previous show, I went to first school with him. He was actually in my class. So this is very strange. I'll have to go and give him a little cuddle as well at some point. I actually think, I'm not giving too much away. He's a late December baby as well.
Okay.
Yeah. That's weird because he's a twin. He's got a brother as well. I digress multiply. I know the guy. But yeah, I think it's great. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't have imagined, like, one, obviously a card show run by someone I know is in my hometown. Amazing. But ultimately, just that one, have a card show in Milton Keynes to this extent as well. The amount of people that they've got. I mean, they've got Tops UK.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised they're from Milton Keynes. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It makes sense too, doesn't it?
So I'm not surprised. But they've got basically all the big people that are known as being seller of cards, seller of wax, seller of singles, basically. Most of the people, like, definitely from the wrestling world that we're in, but there's a lot of people that, like, from Whatnot and stuff like that, that are going there. That Whatnot are there as well.
Whatnot are there.
Whatnot are actually sponsoring
CGC's there.
Yeah.
Brilliant company.
So yeah, it's great, but obviously it's multiple sports. It's all sports.
Yeah.
So so you've got people. I mean, there's one person from Whatnot that I get my football cards from. You know, Yorkshire.
Nice.
And I'm really looking forward to meeting him as well, right? Because, like, he doesn't know me, but, like, because when these people are on Whatnot and they show their faces and stuff like that, a lot of people don't show their face.
No, that's
well, you don't, do you, normally? That's it is.
But once you show your face and you're conversing with them on chat, you kind of think that you kind of know them a bit. You know what I mean? It's really strange. They don't know you from Adam, but you kind of know them. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting couple of conversations.
Yeah,
across
how many stalls are there?
100, isn't it? It's 100 stalls.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah, I think it's about 100 vendors.
Yeah.
And expected footfall of between like 500 to 800 people, I think.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's really good.
Yeah.
It's it's a 1 day event, so it's not over across the weekend, it's just the Saturday. I believe after it's done, are they doing like a trade evening?
Yeah, I think it's like a 3-hour trade night on the evening.
But it's not there, nice. Is it? They're moving it somewhere.
Yeah,
like,
it is a different
like
location,
pub or something. Yeah. Which is, I think that's, Jamie, that's amazing as well, right?
That is a really nice thing, especially like between like the different vendors and stuff as well. Like there'll be some really good deals that you can pick up and do some good swaps there. That's really
absolutely,
nice.
Mate. I'm open to do some nice trades then. Obviously, I've got one locked in with Dave as well. Looking forward to doing that, and hopefully
spoiler
some others, like.
Yeah. More about that later on in this show. Paying purchases.
Yeah, I'm gutted I can't get down there actually, because I think it's going to be a really good launch, especially around this way, because we haven't had anything card wise. We've had like the small ones in Cambridge, but it's not really been there's not been wrestling vendors there, if that makes sense. We've had like other card shows. So yeah, I think you guys will have a good day down there. It's mostly in
London, to be honest, isn't it? Really, all the bigger ones are always in London and stuff like that. So it's going to be amazing, to be honest. And I think Matt said he's going from the ATP.
He's local as well, isn't he? So
he's just down the road from me. I say down the road. He's just down the road from my parents, really. But he's in relative terms, he's just down the road from me. Compared to either of you gentlemen, he's just down the road from me. So, yeah, I mean, it's just going to be an amazing experience, I'm hoping.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to get there. My wife's going to look at me and go, in about 10 or 15 minutes, I'm bored.
Yeah.
The same for me, I've got home.
Which is fine. I expect this.
Yeah.
I've only got like a 2-hour window anyway, because like getting the boy home and stuff like that. He's still going mental behind me. we would normally stop the show for this, but it's not going to stop tonight. So I do.
Oh, bless him, mate.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing show, and all my hope is that they just keep doing it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I do too.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Well, it's quite promising as well. Like if he's managed to sell all vendor spots and like you're then getting people through the door, you've done half the battle there by filling all your vendor spots, because there's been an awful lot of card shows and stuff where they haven't filled them spots. So he's done well promoting it as he has, getting like tops behind it and stuff. So big up to him. Well done.
Oh, absolutely.
I think one of the I think, to be honest, I was really surprised of the level of people, including Mr. Kiddle right here. You know what I mean? I'm surprised, like, the level of support and the names, obviously, that are involved in this.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel like a small time thing. This feels like
a big jump.
It feels like a big time card thing, and it's just their first attempt at it. So
that's right, mate.
Yeah, amazing. On a note, Jamie, the people from Kaboom are there.
Kaboom!
I will go and speak.
Kaboom?
I will go and speak to the people from Kaboom and introduce and say hello. Would be good to talk to them more, really, because
I think so. Because again, that shop for them, like, they've just started up as well, and sort of chatting to them, and they're doing sort of stuff as well. There's a lot of people to catch up with.
Well, they're one of the only people that actually have a shop. I know sports trading cards, right? But you gotta
But it's not a physical shop, is it?
Sports trading cards is a physical shop.
Oh, it is a physical shop. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise.
Yeah, no, but but no. God, I sound like Vicky Pollard. Yeah, but no, it's not Vicky Pollard. It was what's Catherine Tate's character? But no. So they do have a store, but you have to send them, say, I would like to come on Tuesday the 19th.
Yeah, it's like a point
and then
sort of thing.
Yeah, they let you in, and then you have to basically. So if you can't just go and browse and go, you know what I mean? I don't really want anything. Because you'd be a bit of an arsehole if you just like, I've booked in a slot and I don't really like any of your products.
Okay.
So I believe they still do that. Dave, do they still do that?
Sure,
I don't know.
well, mate. I think so.
Yeah. But Kaboom is like literally the only store that I know of.
Yeah, that's when I'm aware of it. It's a physical, just cards only. Like, obviously there are shops that do comics and a bit of cards, but not actual cards. So.
Okay, that's cool.
So yeah, nice. So we've got quite a bit of card news. I know we keep saying every time, there's not much going on in the world of card news, but we've had some major card news this week. So we'll get the quick stuff out of the way first.
Have we?
Let's talk about the big card news. So
it's like a big elephant in the room, isn't it? You know what I mean?
It's unbelievable, honestly.
Huge.
So let's get the easy things out of the way. All AW cards are still TBD. No change there. There's no news of that changing. Still City, still TBD. So let's not worry about that.
Yep.
There's no new arrivals at the minute. So at the minute, there's nothing on that side of things. We may get some new arrivals based on an AW debut last night, but we'll see if that actually appears.
True, yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
So let's talk about that. So new arrivals then. Do we think we're going to get a Ric Flair new arrivals card on EPAC? Yes or no? Let's do a little vote.
Yes. 100%.
Fingers crossed.
If you get Edge, then surely you're gonna get the Nature Boy.
They are definitely going to do a Nature Boy, and they're definitely going to do a gold, aren't they? They're going to have a gold Ric Flair.
Oh my god! I would, to be fair, I haven't really thought about it that much, but now you say it, I want a gold Ric Flair.
That'd be nice.
I think the other thing as well, though, you don't get any modern day Ric Flair cards, like the all classic Flair shots. I want 70-year-old Ric Flair with his gold chain, purple suit, and hair fade in the background.
Oh, mate, that's why I love Leaf shots. Like the whole, all of Ric Flair Leaf stuff is him like back in the 80s.
Yeah,
and that's like I've got the one Ric Flair card I wanted, and I actually got it, and that was the it's a zebra of Ric Flair in full gown from back in the 80s, and nice. I just love it, man. I think it's great. More of that. That'd be fantastic.
But yeah, David K, do you do anything like EPAC?
David K. KL. We're being derived by Jesus Christ.
No, do you buy like the EPAC stuff? Or not?
No, I don't, mate. No, not really.
No, okay, so that's not a bad thing because it's a bit of a rabbit hole to go.
It's a gamble. It's a slippery slope.
It's
gamble.
A bit of a gamble. Yeah, it's not good. But I do wonder if we are going to get a Ric Flair. So that will probably be early next week if there is one, I guess.
Yep.
Do you do much EPAC stuff? Do you buy a lot? Or?
You listen to the show. You've heard us cry uncontrollably into our mics. More so with Chris than anyone else.
Chris definitely. Yeah, Chris. Yeah. Chris goes in quite heavy and has paid the price, but he has won a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does pay sometimes, but it's some days are better than others on there. To be honest,
I feel sorry for Chris more than anything, to be honest, on it. But just because, like, especially when, like, I feel quite lucky because I normally get. I've been very lucky on EPAC. But I think Chris, he flips in between lucky and very unlucky.
Right.
But
yeah,
I think Chris wants the stuff more than me. And then when I get it and I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, I've got this gold. Yeah, great. And he's like, I've just opened 30 packs and I haven't fucking got it. And I'm like, yeah, you really wanted it? Sorry, mate. So I do feel a bit bad sometimes. But
it is just the pure luck. Like if you can sometimes buy 2 or 3 packs and you get the gold, you think, well, that's it, you're done, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's always like, oh, one more pack.
Always one more pack.
Yeah. But yeah, no, and then anything else like match dated moments, we haven't had any pay-per-views, but I don't expect anything from match dated moments until post Full Gear at this point. So.
To be honest, we got too many of them.
Yeah, massively.
Like,
we had a run of 4 match dated moments in a span of one a week, pretty much, for the whole of September. So yeah, it's not great, really.
Yeah.
And then WWE Elite. So we've still got a rough date of the 22nd of November. Now, there was a show Post Wrestling did with one of the sort of lawyer guys who's sort of a card collector as well.
Okay.
And it was a guy called Paul, and he was basically saying that we may still get Panini, but it's a bit sort of doubtful. And he was kind of discussing how it may link in with Fanatics. I don't think we're going to get this set come out, but again, we will wait and see. You can still pre-order it on most of the main places, and they haven't changed that date. So,
which I think is terrible. Like,
it's very strange.
You shouldn't be offering pre-order on something that everyone knows has got a massive question mark over it right now. Yeah. So the thing is, if you pull the pre-order, everyone who has pre-ordered would be like, well, can I have a refund then?
Yeah.
And that's what they're probably trying to avert, right? So, we're not going to get it. There's no way. Not with the current state of where this whole is. This whole thing is. It is a fucking hole. But this whole that with all the legal proceedings, it's just never going to come out. No way.
No. And it was interesting, actually, at the note when they were discussing it on Post Wrestling, they were saying that when this is all done, it may just settle, they'll just settle the fees, but it may then be Panini countersuing Fanatics down the line for trying to pilfer all their sort of, because obviously they've nicked bits of NBA, haven't they, NFL and stuff like that. So there may be another lawsuit down the line. So this is going to take a long time for Panini to sort this mess out. So, yeah, but yeah, at the minute, Elite, and that's it. We haven't got any other sort of new card releases coming out, really, except Lloydy. We had some very big news last night, didn't we?
Get the name right.
I'm not going to say it.
Get the name right. There's a story behind this.
I'm not going to
get the name right.
I think my notes are still wrong, so I'm going to say what I've written down here.
No, so, please don't. Do you want me to do it?
Metal. No, it's all right. Leaf Metal Legends Wrestling was announced. Is that right, Lloydy?
Yes.
Not Legends Heroes Wrestling or Leaf Metal Heroes Wrestling or Heroes of Leaf Metal.
So, Dave, I referred to him as my mother earlier on this week. So, and the story behind that is that obviously I posted, obviously there was a tweet that went out and I posted on the group the post, and it had the name of the set that was going to be a part of what we're about to talk about. And Jamie got it wrong, and I said, no, it's not that. You refer to it as the old set, basically. And I said, no, it's this. And in the notes, he still put the wrong name in. Oh. And I'm like, my mum, it's a similar thing that my mum does. So she refers to stuff as, and I'll use an example, instead of saying poppadoms, she says pompadoms.
Oh, bless her, mate.
Even though she fucking knows it's poppadoms, she still calls it pompadoms. So sorry, Jamie. You got referred to as my mother.
So it took me 4 times to get it right, and I'm still probably get it wrong before it is released.
That's fine.
But massive news from this. So let's run through. So they've started announcing who's within the set. They've kind of drip feeding information across all their releases like they normally do just before they actually get physically released. But the big news from this that we are having Dwayne Johnson autos. Massive news. I'm trying to figure out how long it was since we had the Doom autos. But it's going to be close to 20 years, I think, probably at this point. Unbelievable. What do you think to this, boys? Like, is this going to be a massive game changer for Leaf? Do you think it's going to repair their year? Because they've had a bit of a dodgy old year, obviously, with a lot of things going on.
The Putin incident. I shouldn't laugh about it, but yeah, laugh or cry. There's 2 questions I have. Well, obviously, the one big question is on everyone's mind, right? Is how the fuck did they get Dwayne Johnson to sign for them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, really, if you think about it, there's a actors' strike going on right now. I'm not surprised.
No, this is a good point.
But yeah, again, the second prong of that question is, well, if they were able to get Dwayne Johnson to sign for Leaf, why can't Panini get The Rock?
I was just going to say this
for Panini.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm quite surprised they managed to. And the way I was thinking about it, if they managed to get that, what else can they get for like future releases and potential future releases?
I think what amazes me, like you say, like how can other companies not try and pin down The Rock, especially like WWE? Like that's the license. Like The Rock is the name you want to get for your lead product. Like the big Panini product over the past year, like the elite packages and stuff. Like you would imagine that they should be able to do it.
The thing is, it goes back further than this, because everyone's question is why didn't Panini get it, right?
Yeah,
but it goes further back to why didn't Topps get him?
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Like if you think of Transcendent, right? It's a £10,000. Well, was it $10,000 or £10,000? I can't remember now. I'll say it's $10,000.
I think it was
case. Yeah, case.
Oh, the Transcendent
cards.
one.
Transcendent cards.
Right.
Yeah. And yet The Rock, I think they did 3-4 years of that? At least 3. And The Rock was never an autograph in there. You had Vince.
Well, they also had the Rock tribute set within that as well.
He did.
So it's like that's the perfect time to put in a 50. Yeah, it's only a 50 numbered set. Like that's the time to get him to do 50 autos.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's quite surprising, really.
It is mad, to be honest, that this is all happening. It's great. I mean, I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen the card community, the wrestling card community, rejoice so wholeheartedly across the landscape in one evening. It was like everyone had won the lottery. It was a great feeling, to be honest. It was like everyone punching the air, going yes. Well, a lot of holy shits, but a lot of punching the air, going yes, yes, yes.
I think what was really nice to see as well that Leaf was basically retweeting everybody else who had retweeted it or quoted it. Yeah. So like even Leaf's feed was constantly like just retweeting it just to spread that excitement.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And I think they obviously appreciate how much of a big deal this is. Like it is a massive signing. I think it's bigger than any other wrestling name they've had signed from your Austin, your Cena, your Hogan's. Like this is really, really big.
The thing is, I think a lot of it is how much, and these are the real questions. The questions I had in my head, really, and there were 2 of them. How much are they going to make of this? And when I say it's not just the wrestling card of The Rock, right? And it looks like there's 2 parallels of it as well, at least.
That's right. It looks like there's 2 slightly variant images, yeah.
Both of which, WrestleMania 28.
Which is nice.
The president was there. Another reason I should get this. But how many, obviously, parallels are they going to do with it? Are they going to be 100? Are they going to be 200? Are they going to limit it to 10 or whatever? We just don't know, right? So that's one aspect of it. How much of the product are they going to make with regarding that actual set? Because if that's just a tiny component of the set, then your odds of getting that are infinitely worse than if the set... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, how many has he signed? Like, you just don't know that he might have only signed 50, and that's it. And that's job done. One release.
Well, yeah.
Well, as soon as the news broke, like obviously in the ATP, we're chatting about, like, do we get a case and stuff like that, and we'll probably will do. But the fact of the matter is, like, in order, I don't think that they're going to be regularly available. You saw from their last release, right? The Hogans, the Flairs, all of the big names in that last Leaf product for wrestling were nowhere to be seen.
And you can't see them still on the secondary market now, actually. They don't crop up that much at all.
They don't crop up. So I think they're going to be very limited. I think a lot of people are going to spend a lot of money. I joked with Sam Tier about it, just saying, look, you're going to spend 400 quid and get 2 autographs. One's going to be David Flair and the other one's going to be Virgil.
Yeah.
But you're going to spend 400 quid doing that. You know what I mean? thinking you might get a Rock.
Yeah.
So you just don't know. Like, that's the unknown that we're going to go into. Obviously, I'm not going to make a decision really until that checklist comes out, because you can't.
No, that's right.
And likewise.
Yeah. So that's one aspect of it. And I think it is quite an important one. The other aspect of it is, really, was this the Dwayne that we really wanted? I mean, obviously everyone wants The Rock.
Yeah.
But we're getting Dwayne. And to be honest, he's not even the most famous Dwayne in the UK, right? The most famous Dwayne in the UK is Dwayne Dibley from Red Dwarf. Dwayne Dibley!
I don't think Leaf could afford him, mate. I think that's why they've done it.
Danny John Jules. Oh, this is mine. Oh, this is mine. Honestly, he's one of the best characters that has ever been created in UK history. I love the cat.
Dwayne Dibley, that's not a name I've heard for.
Dwayne Dibley.
Oh dear.
But yeah,
I mean, you're right though.
Yeah.
I think if it was signed as a Rock, there'd be obviously that much more. But it's still a very cool thing to have, at least the starting point of getting the Rock back into signing for cards.
Yeah,
this is a good entry point.
Don't get me wrong; like, it's going to be on everyone's growl list.
100%.
The thing is, as well, and this is like, it's not really a question for now, but the thing is, with Leaf stuff generally, when it comes out, it's very pricey. Everyone wants it, so the prices drive up.
Yeah.
But Leaf stuff normally falls like a stone.
I say I've also picked up, obviously, singles like online as well. I picked up, because the parallels aren't numbered parallels as such, but I've picked up sort of, between $8 and $9 for sort of like normal names,
Yeah.
That's good.
When I was at Royal Quest with Chris, and like everyone who had come up through Royal Quest, I was like, I wonder if they're in the Leaf set, getting them like $7. You think, Jesus, like these are like big names, So,
I might have to start dabbling into Leaf a little bit. I've never really touched it, to be fair. Like, I've always been a bit wary, but
mate,
I think you should.
Some of the stuff they've done is great. Is like, I always refer to like the Okada cards as like really his rookie cards to be like rookie autographs. You know what I mean? Like, there's just I'll get shot in comments for that. So, but I really love Leaf. Not so much this year, but their products have just been amazing. Like, considering what they have to do. I mean, it's all pictures basically, isn't it? Like, but I love the fact that they're unique for what they are.
Yeah. I would also consider, if you're wanting to like look at Leaf stuff, I would go back through and look at their like historical releases of wrestling stuff as well.
Okay.
Like in 2013-14, they had like sort of smaller size cards, but they're all like all on card autos, and like there's some good Legends names within that.
Oh man!
And even like their Pop Century stuff, they like do some really unique relics. Like they do like ticket stub relics and Pop Century. There's obviously a lot of actors and stuff they've had throughout the years, so they're quite diverse with stuff, and they're quite unique in what they do. They do a lot of one-offs and stuff, don't they, Lloyd, as well? So they're definitely
cool. They did like Jake Paul's, rookie auto and stuff like that. They've done loads of stuff. I think there is a question to their legitimacy a lot of the time. especially within the card community. But I like them. I think they're fun. I mean, we did a whole show about custom cards recently, right? And I'm not saying that they're custom cards, but I think they've always had that kind of feel to me as like a real high-end custom card.
Okay.
So, yeah. Each their own.
Awesome.
I'll share some images and pictures over to you, David K.
Oh, mate, thank you.
David K.
David K.
David K. I'm just going to see how many different ways I can say his name throughout the entire show.
Sounds like a cornflake.
So, cool. Right, let's move through some more card news. So we've obviously talked about the card shows and other bits and pieces. Just want to tidy up a little bit of something that we mentioned last time around. So we've done our top 5 belt shots. And we discussed a little bit about, obviously, some women's top 5s and should we do like a top 5 dedicated to women. And we did say during the show that we hadn't seen a Becky 2 belt card. Within an hour, was it Chris put in the chat?
No, I found it.
An hour?
No, I found it. I found it on Tops Now is the one I found.
Nice.
So we literally had a Becky 2 belts, and then there was another one put in chat a couple of days later of another release of it. So we've had quite a few Becky 2 belts.
Scott Morse, I think it was, that found the. There was like a women's division insert or something, which is exactly the same image.
Okay.
Yeah. But
so
it's a great shot.
It's a nice shot.
It is a nice shot.
So yeah, we had I think we're probably going to do a top 5 women's belt shots, aren't we, Lloyd? I think we're going to probably dabble and have a look through and see what we can find.
Yeah, a couple of months maybe. When we get to a week of I don't know what the fuck we're going to do this week, which happens.
Go back,
Dave K. Let's call you that.
Yeah.
Let's call you that. Happens more than you think, but we always find some good content to do, don't we?
Absolutely.
Jamie, eh? We always do it.
I'll keep it on the back burner. I think we can definitely do this at some point. So, and then just a last couple of bits of card news. First of all, Lloydie, do you want to give an update on the potential news show, or do you want to hang on for that? How much do you want to drip feed to people this time around? We've sort of done a little bit of dabble. We can do a bit more, I think.
I can tell them most of the stuff now, I think, to be honest. So, where do I start? So last weekend, we actually did a recording of the new show. We recorded our pilot episode. We said we were going to do it, and we did. Went really well. We've done a bit of a test with regarding how it's going to be. Like we're in production with it, post-production with it, and we've got probably about 5 minutes of it that we saw.
Yeah,
it looked really good. So the new group that we've created is called Wrestling Card Alliance.
Awesome.
And the new show is called The Run-In.
The Run-In.
Okay.
The Run-In. So, we obviously need to film another 5 episodes and put that through production, which we will do. I'm not going to tell you what obviously happens within the show because it's. I don't think Johnny's mentioned it yet on CFP, and if he wants to talk and have some spoilers about the show, then feel free.
I think we'll let everyone do their little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's so exciting, and it's as I said to you boys after we recorded the show, it's amazing to see a nugget of an idea that had been rattling in my brain for such a long time. And we're actually, you know what I mean? It's there. It's coming along really nicely. So, really excited for it. I think we all are, Jamie. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if we've actually rattled off who's part of the roster. If we have, I'm just going to go through it again.
We did, but please do again.
Yeah, so it's a collaboration. So I think this is the first time we've ever had such a team of people sort of doing card stuff together. So there's me, Lloydie, and Chris. So there's us 3 representing the ATP. We've got Travis Fowler. Of course, we know him from, doing the Joshy show. Lloydie he does loads of other bits and pieces around sort of cards.
Well, he's done
all
over
sorts of bits and
100
pieces, toy pods.
Yeah, is it TB Toys? He did 100 episodes of that.
Oh,
so
okay.
he's well versed in podcasting etiquette and what he's brilliant. He really is.
Then we've got Johnny Tancredi from the CFP. So
Boo! You suck, Johnny. Boo!
So we've got parts of CFP, and we've also got the magician Graham Reed. So again, people will probably be familiar from him from doing all sorts of podcasts. He does his own magician stuff. He's a master in sort of doing video production in his day job, so he's sort of putting those kind of resources in as well. And he's been great doing sort of the background stuff as well. So we've got a nice roster of 6 of us, all got different interests, different ways of collecting, different thoughts. Yeah, and it's going to be really good fun. So we haven't got an official date of the actual launch yet. We're hoping it's not going to be too far down the line. We're just figuring out dates to get each other together and sort of record those final episodes. But I'll probably imagine before the end of the year, do you think that will be out and about, do you think?
Yeah, I think over the span of the end of the year, I think the goal is 6 episodes, 1 a week, and drip them through like that, and then have the festive period off, and then write season 2.
Yeah, and then go from there. So
yes,
really exciting, something new. We've not done video pod stuff before.
Yeah,
it's an original idea, but yeah, keep your eyes peeled. Listen to CFP as well, because Johnny's hopefully going to be doing a few bits and pieces on there to promote. And just keep listening to us here, and we'll keep giving you more information as we know more, really. So,
well, two extra things to put into that is that it's the first time, I believe, that there has been a show about wrestling cards where you have English people, you have American people, and you have Canadian people.
Cool.
So, you know what I mean? I think we're treading new ground, really. So. Yeah. I don't think that, and that's what we kind of wanted to do, Dave K. We wanted to bring something that nobody's really done before to the plate. So yeah, and the other thing as well, Dave K. Just to let you know, I won't go into what I did, but I got Johnny a treat on episode 1. Oh. It was Machiavellian how much of a wind up I did on episode 1.
It is very sinister.
It is amazing. Okay. It's probably the best, funniest thing I've ever done. So look, do you want me to tell Jane?
No, save it. No,
no. Do you want me to tell you about the other wind up I did with them this week?
Yes, I didn't understand. I didn't know what was going on. First of all, so yeah,
this has got nothing to do with the show. So this is something else with the CFP boys, because they're always saying, like, synonymously, we know Johnny, and he's terrible at communicating sometimes, right? He's one of those people that you ask him a question and normally he gets back to you sometimes or never. With me he's a lot better, because we're very good friends, and we've been very good friends for a long period of time now. But synonymously, it winds a lot of people up. P-Bear as well. Danny seems to have gone down the same route. There has multiple people being annoyed by Danny regarding his lack of communication. I've tried to speak to him about my Dolph Ziggler P1 for Chrome. If he wants it and the deal's right, I can always work with him on that. I've got the Galactic in a PSA 10 from Select. From Revolution. From last year's Revolution. If he wants that and the deal's right, he can have it, mate. He just needs to communicate with me. Anyway, they've been very bad. I think they've been very bad, and a lot of people have been on their asses. They have addressed it on their shows a couple of times, and they addressed it on their show last week as well, or this week. This week as well.
This week, yeah.
And it's because Johnny was saying that, I've been like contacting people. I've been really good recently. And I thought, right, I'm going to fucking test you, boys. So I got up one morning and I waited because, obviously they're 5 hours behind. And I thought I'd give them all a fighting chance. So I individually messaged them all and said, what's your favourite colour? and see who got back to me first.
Raced one another.
I raced them to see how good their communication is. And to be honest, they did surprise me. In 14 minutes. So this was at like 6 o'clock in the morning, their time. In 14 minutes, Johnny Tancredi came through.
Hey.
Tancredi, the boy. He did say, though, if it was anyone else, maybe he wouldn't have replied back so quickly. The second person to come back to me in 1 hour and 4 minutes, P-Bear. The third person to come back to me, and I shit you not, a minute later, at 1 hour and 5 minutes, Danny Tancredi. So fair play to them. You can't, people do have a go at them, but I'm here to say I have stress tested this theory of how shit their communication is.
And they were pretty good early hours of the morning.
They're pretty good, and for some reason, all their favourite colours are blue.
All of them.
All of them.
Despite the fact their logo's purple. And
I tell you what, Johnny, I can understand because he's a Chelsea fan, and I kind of I don't know Danny that well to say, well, I was surprised with P-Bear that his favourite colour was blue. I would have thought more of a black, white. I don't know. I just maybe gold. I don't know. He's dripping with gold. Chains.
Are they aware of your challenge? Are they aware now of the reason behind it, or do they now know? Because
No, I let them all know afterwards.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get any feedback from Danny, but I did get a message back from P-Bear. I will read it. He said, "For fuck's sakes, it was 6:43 in the morning. Do that shit at noon. I would have been first."
Well, little did you know there might be another occasion.
He wasn't annoyed that I did it. He was more of annoyed that he didn't win. Well, so there you go. Sorry, little thing that happened this week. I forgot about that actually.
So video podcast. Watch this space.
Yes.
We'll give you more info as we go.
Yes.
I think that's pretty much it for the card news. There is one little quick thing, which is a bit more of a discussion point, but I kind of wanted to have Chris discuss this as well as a bit of a group of four.
Yeah.
So I'll save that for next episode if you don't mind, Lloydy.
Yeah, fine. Wow.
Just because I want to get everyone's sort of thoughts on it and where we go from here, really. But right, we'll move through to our regularly scheduled features. We'll go through my corner quite quickly because I haven't really got that much in my corner. It's all gone a bit quiet. So what I've got to just put in the corner this time around is that the Leaf Style Autos are now available. I put them up on sale last Friday. There are still a handful available, so if anyone wants them, they are £4 shipped wherever you are. I'm not charging anything extra for international post or anything like that, just £4 wherever you are. If you want one, DM me. I think we've only got about sort of 7 or 8 left, I think, something like that. So, because I've sold a few outside of Facebook and bits and pieces. So yeah, if you want one, ping me a DM, and that's it. We only had 16 printed. There are still some 101s left with the two colour parallels, so if you want one, send me a message. And that's about it really from me from the corner. I haven't got much more going on, to be honest. Chris's Nook. I guess we can move over to the Nook. I have got an update on the progress on my side of things. Have you got any update on Chris's Nook, Lloydy?
Well, it's very quick. I have the card. I just haven't sent it to Chris yet.
Okay, that's the first one because
you're sending to me.
Yes,
and Chris is sending to you.
So I've got the card in hand to send to you.
Oh, lovely.
So that actually, I
makes
mine
a change.
I'm totally valid. I got mine shipped to Dad's, and my brother's just come back from my Dad's and brought it back over, which is a bit surprised. I didn't think it was going to be here.
Smuggling cards into the country. I like it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it looked like it was smuggled. I'll share for the camera. So my brother also gave me some biscuit mix because I do like biscuits and gravy. Right, check this out.
Oh,
this is a benefit for cameras. So he gave me my bag of cards and then a biscuit mix, and it's this white powder in a bag. I was like, how the fuck did you get that through border force? Jesus. It goes, it's like, I swear it's biscuit mix. I was like, it better bloody well be in this bag.
Love it.
But I've also got the Nook card. It was actually bought from ATP member Sam Tier, and he's actually written Nook on the back of it. So I know that's nook there as well. So we've all got ours. So I think we can open next time round in that case.
If you're on the show.
Yeah. If not,
if you're not in America.
Well, if not, I'll take it with me. Worst case scenario, and I can post it. So
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I think we're all good for the nick. I think we're on schedule. We're ahead of time this time around. 2 weeks, and we've all got our cards.
Yeah.
So yeah, happy days.
That was very easy for me. I didn't actually know, even though I selected the topic, I didn't actually know what I was going to do, like, for it. So I was a bit surprised about what I chose in the end. I was like, oh, I'm going this route, am I? So yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm sure Chris will love it.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be... I kind of knew what I wanted to try and get, and I've always wanted to try and get something. I thought, I'll get it, and this was the perfect one, so I'm happy with what I've got this time around. So yeah, right.
As long as he doesn't win, it's fine. Jamie, the pact between me and Jamie to keep winning and keep Chris out of the winning loop.
Oh, yeah, he's only one behind, isn't he?
He's so upset though. He was so annoyed.
There is time. I don't know if he's ever going to like renew the table, but at the minute he's only one behind. So he's not being too bad.
He's fine.
Lloydy, over to the President's Hole. You've got something going on the 27th.
Cue my music. So yeah, I'm doing Liberator of the Week.
Liberator of the Week.
The good question is, what's the time schedule for it? So I do know that the topic is going to be called Over the Top Rope. So, sorry, not over the top rope, off the top rope. Over the top rope, it would just be Raw Rumble shit all the time, wouldn't it? Off the top rope. So it will start on the 27th of October. It will start at 11 a.m. and it will finish at 11 p.m. So these are BST times,
Nice.
British Standard Time, London times. Okay. Basically, I gave people time on our chat, on our Facebook chat, to say, look, start looking now and then submit when the time is here to submit. So as of tomorrow morning, it will be open. I did ask nobody to submit any submissions to me beforehand. They haven't done, thank you. So yeah, it was £25 or less this time round. The winner obviously gets a shout out on the show, which is the most important thing, obviously. Gets a card from me signed.
Awesome.
And is in with a chance to win. If you win 5 times in a row, you get a 1 of 1 from us as well at some point.
Lovely.
So, but we've got less than 10 cards, have we? Something like that.
I think we counted out before. There's less than 10 left.
Yeah, there's less than 10 left. Yeah. And there's 2 people on 2 wins, so it could be interesting going down to the wire. And Jamie and Chris have still not won one. Mr. K,
Mr.
you haven't
Kiddle,
won.
have you won one?
He's not
Yeah.
won.
No. To be fair, I don't think I've barely entered in any, to be honest.
Got to get on it, mate.
I got
You've
to.
got to get on it.
Get the repertoire, mate.
Got to get on the
Nothing to
front.
lose. Because
Yeah, it's
ultimately,
a
if you
bit
put a
fun.
card up, then it's absolute crap. Lloydy's still got to buy it anyway because he's picked it. He's a liberator winning, So, you just chuck anything in there. Give it a go.
Awesome. Okay.
Well,
Cool.
yeah. Can you imagine, Dave, if I get to the end of it and Jamie and Chris have not won a card? they're gonna go mental,
Yeah, I
aren't
think
they?
so.
Like,
I think it's worse when you say, "Oh, I nearly picked you. I nearly picked yours." Just
well, like, would you rather me say, no, nothing at all, or I don't mind. I can just go, and the winner of the week is, I don't know.
job done.
It's done.
End off. Just pick
End
us.
of.
It'll be right.
Okay.
No, I think there's quite open ended doing off the top rope. There's lots of things you could look into that. So
Yeah, exactly. So I haven't got like a flight. Is anyone in flight? And I thought, I should have gone down the Halloween route really, but I just thought we're doing it on the top 5, Mega 5 this week. So,
and you might end up just buying one of them if you do other ones.
you know what I mean? Like, it would be like, yeah, you boys can't use the ones that we've got on our list, and it just get messy. So I thought I'd go with something completely different.
Nice. Sounds good.
Cool.
High flying action. Right, okay. Should we move over to purchase of the week, Razzies, breaks, eBay misses, anything like that? Shall we run through? I've got ones from Chris. Shall I go through Chris's first while we've got them up here? Then we'll go through the rest of the order from there.
Yeah.
So Chris he's actually had quite a busy week actually. He picked up a WCW patch relic from Heritage 2016, and he bought that from Sam at KFAB Cards. Now, I haven't seen what this card is. I assume it's the same one as that sort of the Terry Funks and Bam Bam Bigelows and stuff. I guess it's that sort of manufactured relic, I guess. It's a nice piece that he's picked up anyway. So he picked up from Sam. He's also got some things from Chalky this week. So he's picked up some final inserts that he needed for Heritage 2016 as well. So he's definitely gone down a bit of a Heritage 2016 rabbit hole this last couple of weeks. He's trying to get a full set of the Skybox Metal Blues, and I know he was quite sort of close anyway. But he's now only 3 away, and he's done a bit of a deal with Matt from the ACP for that, so he's cracked on really well there. I know he had a box himself, and he's obviously bought a lot of singles. But yeah, well done, Chris, on doing that so far. And then finishing off, I think this one would go nice in your PC. He's done a deal with Adam Anwar.
He doesn't say he's bought it for me though.
No, I don't think he has bought it for you, which is probably not what he intended, but nonetheless, he has. He's picked up to put in his own PC, I think.
Yeah.
But he's put on there Red Looky Dealer. I guess has he got like playing cards? I couldn't really tell from the tights. Is it like playing cards on his tights?
I don't know. I think
he's called the Red Looky Dealer patch.
Red Looky. I don't know.
But it's a cool little patch.
He can explain.
He can explain. But yeah, he's had a sort of a relatively sort of busy week and a little bit of a quiet week compared to what he's bought in the past. So yeah.
Awesome.
David K, let's go over to you. What have you bought this? Have you bought anything this week of note? Have you been looking at bits and pieces, or are you just prepping for Milton Keynes this weekend? Really?
To be fair, so I've been looking on eBay a little bit. I've won a couple of numbered Drew cards. Just a couple of numbered parallels. I've got a 1-of-1 Drew McIntyre Kaleido from the Revolution set finishing tonight. So I'm going to chuck a bid on there, hopefully try and win that. I don't really enter many breaks, to be honest with you. I don't want to play for the gamble. And mainly just been focusing on selling this week and building up a bit of cash flow and then prepping for the show, mate. Yeah.
Doing some nice trades, hopefully, over the week.
Hopefully, mate. Yeah, that's the goal. Like, see what other cards are about and boost it up.
What about you, Lloydie? How have you done this week? Have you bought anything of note?
Lots of Pikachu cards. That little prick.
Have you picked up that Van Gogh Pikachu card yet?
No, I actually,
it's still very expensive.
I actually dabbled in Chinese Pokemon cards this week.
Nice,
oh my god!
Nice.
I got 3 promo cards for Pikachu, which were like they've been released every year for the. I think is it Volkswagen? I think it's Volkswagen. The ID3. You know, the electric car that they do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's that. Anyway, so they've been released for that over the last 3 years, and I've bought all of them, and I spent way too much money on them that I wanted to spend on them. So yeah, that's keeping me entertained. But wrestling card wise, I did say I've been working on something. I'm still working on something. So I'm trying to get all of the short prints for the Prism 2023. You know, they did 20 short prints, the disco undercard.
Disco donut version.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm on 13. I'm going to be buying another couple over the next couple of days. So
nice.
Edging closer to the 20. I'm purposely going to be leaving Edge, hopefully, to the last one, because it will be the only Edge card that I own that is not green.
Well, the thing is, though, like they do crop up. They're not obviously as, you know, affluent on there as they normally would, but you do see them crop up if you need it. Yeah. Like, don't sit on it as well. Like, if you see one, you just got to grab it. Don't.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's been something that I've thought, hang on a second, do I really need this in my life? And then after I've got past 10, I'm like, I might as well just like finish it off now, to be honest.
That's the trouble with collecting. That's it. You start that rabbit hole.
And I do like a short print. You know, what got me into cards really was doing the short prints for Finest 2020, right? So really, it's kind of my wheelhouse, the short prints, to be honest. So, no, enjoying getting them. I got the Rock and Hunterhurst Helmsley the other day. I've already got the Hogan, so I've got some of the big boys sorted out.
Nice.
You've got Lesnar as well.
I've got Lesnar, I've got Batista, I've got 2 Randys, I've got 3 Diesels. I've got the list goes on and on, but I'll let you guys know when I've hit the mark, and I'll be quite happy with that. The only other thing really I got, and it was a stupid thing, and I reached out to Trav to get this for me, was I saw on American Yankee Bay, they did there was a Bron Breaker from Select this year, the Premier, the second tier, not Concourse, Premier.
Premier.
Premier level. So it was, I think it's a silver, but it's an error card because it's got, oh God, who's the guy in the Brutes, the Brawling Brutes? Ridge Holland, that's it. Yeah. It's got Ridge Holland's back on it.
Okay.
And, yeah. So I do like an error card.
Oh, yeah.
And it was only like
Who's on the front?
So it's Bron Breaker on the front, and it's Ridge Holland on the back.
Ridge Holland on the back. Oh my God.
To be completely honest, I actually I was going through some cards that had come over from America, and I found an error card in one of those. So I'll go and grab it a second.
Oh, I love an error card.
I do, yeah. There's something about them.
I don't know why.
So yeah, it's a Charlotte Flair foil parallel, but instead of the back being normal, the back's upside down. And it's the first time I've actually seen that one, to be fair. So
yeah, I've seen that before. It's from the women's division one, isn't it? Yeah, they printed it upside down when they did it.
Right. Well, it's pretty cool, something new to add, like so.
That is really cool, man. Yeah. That is really cool. I just love an error card. It's just there's something special about something that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's why people like this show.
You always feel if it's a bit wonky, you have to buy more of it, don't you?
No, I don't know. I like miscuts as well.
Yeah.
I think miscuts look really special. I still thank you, Jamie, for sorting me out with the Sean Spears miscuts as well and stuff like that. So cool. Muchly appreciated.
Honestly, I'm always on the lookout for miscuts or anything that looks a bit dodge. I do love it. I really do.
I'm not massively fan of off-center, but I do like miscuts. And I don't know why. It's like I'm talking about like variations of porn that I like. It's like, I like this, but I don't like that.
That's too much.
Exactly. I don't know why, but I'm not a massive fan of off-centered stuff because it's not. I wouldn't call it a miscut. It's just a cock up,
isn't
it?
Yeah, it's just the quality control error or whatever. But
yeah.
They're not appealing to the eye either, are they? Like a miscut, like you've got half of a card or something missing. It's something about it, isn't there? You know.
I still can't believe like all of the white sparkles from Prism this year. Every single one of them pretty much is off-centered, apart from a few, and they just look terrible. To be honest, I've got more than I should have with them, and but they're not miscuts, and they're not. I wouldn't class them as an error card. They're just shit production, basically. But hey,
I was chatting to David K just before we started on air. I got a Heritage base set from 2007, and all of them, like the whites around the outside, like every card is slightly off center, different whips around the edges, and you think this is like obviously mass produced, but Jesus Christ, like how can you get them? But they're all totally different.
Yeah,
it's very strange.
It is
not great.
Yeah,
not great.
So, but yeah, is that anything else you bought, Lloydy, other than SP?
Well, we can talk about the 2 Dave trade as well. So
do it Dave on Dave action.
So Double D's.
Double D's, eh?
So, my esteemed gentleman across the picture from me, he has picked up a out of 5 Premier level as well. RVD doing a nice little splashy splash in a PSA 9.
Yeah.
And I'm from David. I'm getting a couple of things, but I'm paying extra as well because I'm getting extra bits as well. So I've got a Dolph Ziggler with a DZ, which I need from Heritage 21.
Yeah.
Out of 25.
Out of 25, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, blue out of 20. It's blue out of 25, isn't it? Blues? I want to say blue. The more so, it's not because it's out of 25 I want that, it's because of the DZ. Because I don't actually own... I own many Dolph Ziggler autographs, but none of them with a DZ. Other than the one that they did for the Major Pod, actually. I think he did a DZ for the Major Pod.
He done DZ, yeah.
Alberto Del Rio, which it's a promo, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's still in the little plastic cover,
Yeah.
and that was from the Del Rio VAR. You remember when they did at SummerSlam VAR Del Rio?
Jeez, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we mentioned it on the show ages ago, and it's been on my list of things I need to get. And then Mr. K delivered, so I was like, "Yeah, there you go, man." But it's the only time they've used VAR in a wrestling match, and it went down like a shit balloon.
It didn't go down very well. Yeah, I totally forgot about that ever happening.
Yeah. I can't remember who was it against. It's not Dolph. It was Sheamus, wasn't it?
I think it was someone like that, yeah.
I think it was Sheamus.
Google it.
And also getting a Mega Charizard in a BGS 9.5.
Yeah.
Lovely. There you go.
Nice.
I love my Charizards. I've been looking for that card for ages. I say ages, about a couple of months. Because every time I see it, I always see it go up raw, and you never know what kind of state it's going to be in. So,
or who's had it, or what they've done to it, yeah.
So, very, very happy to make that deal. We're going to finalise the deal on Saturday morning. So, yeah.
Nice.
Cool,
Yeah, man, absolutely.
So you're going to do an in-person pickup, are you?
Yeah. We said we could post it, but we're going to see each other in a week. So why not?
Yeah, exactly. That Charizard I've had since the actual sale product come out. I cracked 2 booster boxes when it first come out, and that's one I've just kept and graded myself. So
there you go.
Lovely.
Happy days.
Nice. Even better.
And it's going to be the jewel of my collection, because I ain't going to be buying anything anywhere near that for Pokemon, to be honest. I say that. I keep buying that little bastard bloody Pikachu.
You told me you were going to try and whittle down your PCs. I'm not going to get any more PCs. Next minute, you got a Pikachu PC going.
And Charizard as well.
And Charizard, of course.
Yeah. I like Nidoking as well.
Nice.
Yeah. But no, the problem is I've got a lot I need to sell, because I've got like stacks. Not Channing stacks. I've got stacks of cards. Maybe with a few Channing stacks in them, but I've got loads of cards that I just need to get rid of at some point. It's just, yeah. I need to have a proper sort through of what I want to actually keep and what I want to collect. To be honest, though, with Jamie, with the wrestling stuff, though, really my concentration is still Bron Breakker.
Nice.
I mean, I don't go anywhere near like the Nikki Crosses anymore. Really, some of the rookies I do per se, like James, Keanu James and stuff like that, but.
You should do like a whatnot or something.
I don't know.
Just do one off.
I don't know. I just need to find the time about like what I'm going to do with them and stuff like that. I've just got loads of, but it's just like odds and sods and bits and pieces and stuff like that. It isn't like mega money cards or anything like that. So I want to do it. Whatnot for me is great. I love Whatnot. I just could never imagine me doing a Whatnot. I'd get infuriated with the fuckers on there. I'd be like, stop with your
Stop
chat.
messaging me deals.
Yeah. It's just like the patience. I think I'm quite a patient man, but some of the rude people on that chat, like, I always laugh. Like the funniest one I ever saw was Baker Mayfield, and he had it wasn't a problem with his side; it was a problem with Whatnot,
Right.
and it kept on flaking out and coming back. And somebody wrote in big letters, "Fix this," and like Baker Mayfield is like, "You're a prick," and he did apologize and stuff like that. But it was like some people, I just think. Nah, I couldn't be asked.
Well, some people like moan about going too fast, too slow, not quick enough.
Yeah,
and like sometimes you think, "Geez, give these people a break." Like they're
story of my love life.
I don't think that would go down very well, Lloyd, if you said it like that or whatnot.
No, but no, I wouldn't have had the patience to do it like that. No. And the thing is, as well, I think a lot of people are like that. If they don't get it like the next day, you have this on eBay as well, right, Dave? Like, if people don't get their stuff the next day, they're like, "Where's my stuff?"
Yeah,
it's
no,
like,
that's right, mate.
It's coming. I can't post it to your door by myself.
That's it, exactly.
It's crazy,
but yeah, it's not the best. So yeah, that's it from me. Like nothing else. I will buy stuff at the event this weekend.
Okay.
Probably raid sports trading cards for a few boxes, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, I might message you guys actually just to see if there's any like single packs or something, because I'm trying to get ready for Advent again for December.
Nice.
So if there's any like loose packs or anything, I might just see if you guys can grab them for me, and I'll ping you guys the cash really, just to
of course, mate. No problem.
Keep your eyes peeled for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you might want to. I mean, I'm there for like an hour or two. I'm not going to be there for long. I'm in and out because of Stanley, really. So
yeah. But yeah,
let's see what we can find, man.
I'll keep in touch, boys. Yeah, I'll keep in touch. Yeah,
it would be interesting when you say that as well. It'd be interesting to see, like, I mean, I know we're talking about this again, but it'd be interesting to see what they actually do have to offer there. Like, how far back the products go. Like, will they have Topps products there? Will they go back to Fleer? So I doubt it. I think it will all be latest and greatest, to be honest. But
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you've only got we're talking about the card show going, but I think like really you think these like stores that are selling wrestling cards now, they've really kind of like burst on the scene post Panini era. Like before then, Topps was selling directly on Topps Europe's website, weren't there? So there was no need for these stores to be stocking wrestling cards because you get it from the source. So I don't know. I don't know. You may have products still left over, but I don't think you're going to get much. It's going to be a lot of Panini stuff, I think.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Lots and lots.
Yeah. Right, I haven't got that many purchases on my side of things, really. I've been fairly quiet on a few bits and pieces, but I did pick up one more of the purple film strip relics. So nice. I've got another one down. So I've got 9. So your 9's not too bad. I'm picking up slowly. I think there's quite a lot, though. And there's like 40 isn't there?
There's a few.
But yeah, I've got 9. So I've got the Triple H and Shawn Michaels from SummerSlam 02. So that's another one that's gone down the hatch.
Nice.
I picked up a couple of the SmackDown Comic Images 22 karat gold autograph cards. So there's 6 in the set and 1 special edition Austin. I've picked up the Undertaker and the Stone Cold special edition on Yankee eBay this week. Again, they don't come up that often, but it was only like a couple of bucks. I thought I'm grabbing them, so I grabbed those. So I just need one more, which is The Rock, which I think is going to be the hardest one to try and get a hold of. But I'll grab it in time. But yeah, that's something I can finally close off, and that SmackDown set will now be a master set if I can get that Rock.
The Rock? You mean Dwayne Dibley?
Dwayne
Ow!
Dwayne The Rock Dibley.
Dwayne The Rock Dibley.
So yeah, I'm really. That's only took me, best part of 15 years to try and collect. So, yes, it's pretty good. And then I sent this in our Squared Circle Relics chat. There was a Jushin Thunder Liger from a Bandai 1999 set. And it's an insert card, but it's Jushin Liger in a gold outfit, and he's holding like 5 title belts, 1 around the waist, 2 on each arm. Had I seen it sooner, I would have included it in my top 5 last time round because it's a lovely shot. But I had to pick it up. I don't know if I paid over the odds. I should have really consulted the oracles of like Gary and Trav to see how much it was. But I bought it from Japan and I paid quite a bit for it. More than I would have done a normal single card. But nonetheless, I'm happy to have it in the PC. And I've not seen it before. It's a new image for me, and I do PC Jushin Liger. So I was surprised I hadn't seen it before. But yeah, I grabbed that. So I'm quite pleased with that, to be honest.
That Bandai set, not a lot of people think about it, to be honest.
No. I think there's autos in that as well, like on-card autos. They're just scribbled over the actual image, but...
Yeah, they're
it's a nice set.
There's a lot of like cool inserts in that, if I remember right.
Yeah, really nice.
But yeah, I saw. I used to buy those Weird and Wonderful singles, like NWA stuff, and like that. The one of them was that Bandai set as well, and I did kick myself for not dabbling. I think he wanted like $20 a pack or something like that, and I was like, but. Yeah, maybe I should have gone that way. Could have got myself a gold Jushin Thunder Liger.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye because there are some outside of I think a lot of people know for like the BBMs, but I think like say the other brands and stuff, there are some nice sets out there from the late 90s. So, yeah, I am going to mention a miss I had this week. So I thought it was. I'm not going to say what it is because there's a bit of a story to it. But I put in the ATP chat that I picked up a bit of a bargain earlier on the week, which I was over the moon with. And the person on eBay cancelled the purchase within minutes of it selling, saying there was a problem with the address. And it really irritates me that eBay is quite quick now to, obviously when you put an offer in, it now takes payment, doesn't it, straight away when you put the best offer and it's accepted. Yeah. And the same thing with the address. So if you have an address which that person doesn't ship to, eBay now automatically cancels the order. Yep. So when you've got a UK address and an American address, if it sees UK and you haven't changed it over, it'll just cancel it. And that's what's happened to me on this. Oh. So I've tried messaging the seller, 3 messages not replied, and they've actually blocked me as being able to bid on the relisted items. So I can't get it. So I've had to speak to brother and sort of, and I also messaged Chris as well. I was like, just Chris, if you're about, can you have a look at this? My brother's going to keep an eye out as well, so I'm going to see what happens over the weekend. And try and rebid on it again. But I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted because I was really looking forward to having it. So, but it ends on Monday night, so I'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, eBay, bit of a pain in the arse at the minute. I'm not really liking these sort of new eBay automatic sort of things. So yeah, bit of a pain. eBay. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it really. Just the miss in those purchases. I'm going to open the next part of the show over to Mr. David K. So I think many people will probably know who David Kiddle is. If you've been listening to the show over the last, month or so anyway. So we are sponsored by Single Sealed Memorabilia, who is David Kiddle. And we've got him on the show this week. Obviously, he's been here for the whole time, but this is really all for you now. Just to talk, we want to talk about obviously your collection, how you started collecting, and obviously talk about your eBay shop because you've done a lot of changes to it. Over the past couple of weeks, and you've sort of got a lot of new stock. So I guess first of all, what do you collect, like card-wise? Do you collect a bit of everything? Is it mainly wrestling? How did you start? Give us a bit of a bio on your collecting.
I used to only collect Pokemon cards back in the day, and then I stopped for a few years. I went to we got like a little TCG shop in Bristol, and I went there just out of the blue. Bought a couple of Pokemon packs with like XY base set, and pulled like a Blastoise EX full art. And that just gave me a thrill and made me want to collect again. So I ended up going to a few more pre-releases and like cracking boxes like Phantom Forces, Furious Fist and all that. And I've just stayed with it ever since. And then I started to notice that other TCGs also being like other sports being cards such as like soccer and wrestling. And then I got a lot back into wrestling, watching it on the telly, getting involved watching the pay-per-view events, and just sort of opened up another little passion side for collecting. And I've got like an addictive personality, so as soon as I find something I enjoy, and I normally just go straight in for it. And yeah, so I basically collect the odd sort of Pokemon cards, mainly PSA 10s. I've got a few sets I'm trying to finish off and work on. Wrestling, I've got my main sort of superstars I do collect. So Drew McIntyre is my number one. I've got like Tony D'Angelo, up and coming stars such as like Tyler Bate and Nathan Fraser. I really think they're going to go far in the future, and I think they're quality wrestlers. I've got a couple of other ones I sort of like jump on now and again, like the Dudley Boys and stuff like that. But yeah, my main PC is Drew, and I just really love his old persona and everything about him. I think he's quite a respectful wrestler, and yeah, I love him. So I've got quite a few 1-on-1s of his, printing plates and autos, relics, and everything. And yeah, a couple of fistographs, which are nice. Something I wasn't really expecting to get into, but after like buying one and seeing one, I can see why people do.
I've got one as well, like literally double D fisting, double fisting. Double D's, double fisting.
D's, double fist, eh?
I think you've got the title of the show there, James.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Phil PCs all around. Jesus.
But no, so like with the eBay mainly, I've tried to start to be a bit more professional with it. I think my photos could be improved quite a lot, but instead of putting everything on single listings, sort of linking up sort of like inserts onto multiple listings, saving me a bit of money that way, making it more accessible for people. Just sort of trying to build a bigger variety as well and a bigger stock of different things. So I don't know if you've noticed, but I've had quite a load of AEW relics come in, try and branch into a bit of AEW to try and make it more accessible for people in the United Kingdom. We found a couple of new sort of suppliers and websites in America I can get like decent stock off for decent prices, and yeah, I just really enjoy it as well. I love the look in, the grind to find cards and little bits and bobs like that, you know what I mean?
Do you like to buy like job lots and like pick through what you like yourself and sort of then figuring out what you're going to sell, or do you just sort of try and aim things and sort of buy stock as you see it, really?
I do like to buy bundles. If I do buy bundles, there's normally going to be inserts and parallels, or it's going to be relics and above. And then once I buy, like, say, I think the other week I bought a bulk lot of like 200 odd relic cards. And then when I get them, I go through them and pick the ones I want. And then the rest of them, I say to myself, right, you got to sell it. Otherwise, I'm one of those people who just keep picking and adding and picking and adding, and then eventually just build up a mountain, like, you know. So,
will you start collecting wrestling cards before you started getting into like wanting to collect Drew McIntyre? Was it as a result of being a fan of Drew McIntyre? That's what then got you into wrestling cards. Like, what was it?
So, I think the thing that got me into wrestling cards was the fact I could actually have a superstar's autograph in my hands, or like an on-card auto, and I know they've actually personally touched the card and then personally signed it themselves. And I think that's what gave me the thrill of like, oh, if this person can do it, there's got to be other ones. And I think I just kept on adding, and then it just sort of motivated me to collect more.
Where is your end goal, do you think, with collecting, especially like wrestling cards? Have you got like an end goal that you think that's what I'm going to do, or are you just going to keep picking through as you want to go along, really?
Be completely honest, I think I'm just going to be picking through as it goes. Trying to catch up with Pokemon, who's dropping sets like every month in English and Japanese, and then wrestling's bringing out cards. Obviously not as common, but it's still more cards, if you know what I mean. So it's just I think there is going to be a couple of nice little end goals and sets. Maybe it's just like a quantity amount of what a ones of Drew, or like a quantity of printing plates or something like that. I am enjoying the grading aspect of like sending wrestling cards to PSA, which you wouldn't normally see graded, and then getting them back and flipping them on to other people, so say. But yeah, I enjoy the fact of seeing, like, because Pokemon, I think, has been pushed for grading for years now. Loads of people, everyone grades Pokemon cards.
Done to death, I think. And
I think WWE is one of those things you don't see as common in PSA and like AEW and stuff like that. So I'd like to try and bring that to the UK market and just bring a variety of things, you know?
Yeah, that's
It'd be so much easier if we could just have PSA over here, like a branch of PSA over here. Oh, mate. Can you imagine? Like, I would like everything would be graded if it was easily accessible. It would just be like,
and the right price. Yeah, just do it.
Oh, I mean, it would be. The thing is, it's because you know that you don't. It's the turnaround. It is because of like it takes fucking ages with them anyway. Yeah. But it's that making sure that it gets there in one piece and making sure it comes back in one piece as well.
Yeah.
No, that's right. The first time I actually sent directly to PSA myself, I ended up using like a third-party shipping company. So instead of going through FedEx direct, I used one called, I think it was like, not Parcel Hero, but it's one of those third-party ones. And they ended up losing my package straight off the bat. And it was about 600 quid's worth of cards. And it really sort of hit me in the chest, like shit. Like, I hope it's not like this all the time. But now I built up a bit more confidence, sent one again, and it went there. And everything's been smooth, luckily. So, yeah, it's all right. But after that, it was a bit of a shock, like.
No, it is difficult with these kind of things because it's out of your control.
Yeah.
And I'm very much of a micromanagey kind of a person. And to have stuff out of your control like that is frustrating, I think.
Damn right, mate. It took me like a month and a half of just grief and threatening with like solicitors and stuff to actually get like a payout back from them.
Crazy.
It is. And then I had to provide like the exact value for every single card from like, well, I managed, instead of actually purchase price, they allowed me to do like via eBay solds and stuff. So that was good. But I'm quite glad I insured it beforehand. But,
I think
a lot of people don't, you know what I mean?
No, exactly. So, a lot of people risk it. And then the situations like this do actually happen. Like, it can be quite rare, but it does happen. Like,
tough.
Yeah, that's what I think's always got me worried about shipping to PSA. It's like, especially ones that are like low numbered, you kind of think like parallels are slightly different, but like cards, there's not many of them around. You think, well, do I really want to send it across the sea? Like having it over in the UK would be so much nicer, wouldn't it?
That's it. That's the thought I've had. Like if I ever sent a 1 of 1 to PSA and it went missing, it'd be a gutter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, the thing is, like when I send stuff off to like the likes of Trav these days, I don't even think about it because like we've done it so many times, and nothing's ever been lost.
Okay. But
I would obviously, if it was a massive card, like I would generally look to insure it basically for the value that it is.
I think if you're careful and you know like what you're doing, then I think you like I say you just get used to what you're doing and how you do it.
Yeah.
But it's just that initial launch pad. It's like, do I really want to do this? Do I feel confident now to do it?
No,
there's so many people do it. I think I might just give it a punt and go for it. But what's your grail piece, David, with a K?
So I think my main grail piece is actually the Pokemon side of things, and that's probably the first edition Venusaur Shadowless PSA 10. I think that's one of my main goals, or maybe like the Legendary Collection Venusaur and a PSA 10.
I'm nodding like I know what the fuck you're talking about.
No, that's all right.
I do really.
I've seen there is one Drew McIntyre 1 of 1 card I want. I think it's like the Transcendent. I think it's 2020 or 2021. I've seen on like an American Facebook page, and he's only trading for Bailey cards, and it's a bit of a shock because I haven't got much of a Bailey collection, but it's one of those pieces I've always wanted. So.
Okay.
Oh, is it a 1 of 1? Is it the 1 of 1?
Yeah, it's the Drew McIntyre red 1 of 1.
Is it a super fractor? Is it? They were. I think they did 1 of 1s, and I think they did super fractors, but I think that was later on. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure off the top of my head, buddy.
Yeah.
If it's first year, that's really hard to come by. Like if you know he's got that, like you would want to just try and do that, would you?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's the thing though. If you PC that person that they want, like it's so much better as well. Like if you've even got a few Bailey cards that you can try and at least put towards a deal, But,
yeah, exactly.
But it's really cool. I think if you can find someone that you can easily get and get collections for, it's quite nice,
Yeah.
What's all your eBay store details? What's all your details? And we'll give you another plug on the show.
So the shop's called Singles Sealed Memorabilia. It was just my name back in the day. It was just called Kiddle Collection. I just wanted something a bit more, like I said, going a bit more professional, something which has nothing to do with my name, and something people can actually sort of recognise and remember. But yeah, it's all single sealed and memorabilia, same as my Instagram and everything like that. So would appreciate it if you could take a look.
You've been sponsoring us for a little while now, so thank you very much for sponsoring us, really, and sort of helping us with our sort of builds and bits and pieces. It's
no, it's not a problem, not at all. I enjoy it, and I love sponsoring it. And I love helping out. I like helping people. It's one of those things. Eventually, I want to get to a point where I'm earning enough money I can help charities out and stuff like that. And that's one of the main goals I want to do. So,
oh my good dude,
that's cool, man.
Yeah, but no, it's nice having you on the show, and thank you for coming on today to sort of join in the fun and games.
No problem. I appreciate you guys having me on. Honestly, it's been great. Like,
but before we say goodbye, we have to do the top 5 Mega 5.
We have exactly. And this is talking about fun and games. I'm going to put you right on the spot here, David K.
Uh-oh.
You're going to be the first person to do the top 5. So you're first on the list. So I don't think, Lloyd, we sent you the pictures, but you don't know the order of David's top 5, do you? So have you got any particular order that you would like your top 5 doing? Or we'll go through the top 5 now.
So in 5th place, I put the Tops Now Undertaker when he defeated AJ Styles in the Boneyard match. And it's a photo of him standing over, and I just thought it looked awesome. So I've put that as my number 5. Number 4 is the AEW Upper Deck Metal Universe. You got like the t-shirt merch cards.
Yep.
And it's Malachi Black, but there's like a couple of skeletons on it, and there's a nice art on the back, and I think it really stands out and looks pretty sweet.
Yep.
The third one I went with was from Select 2023, and it's the Bray Wyatt Concourse when he's there with like the dreads and the mask. Out of 25 tie-dye, rest in peace, bless him, but I think that's a really pretty card. Number 2, I've gone with Mei Ying's rookie card auto from Women's Division 2021. I specifically went for the out of 99 because the purple, I reckon, it really represents sort of the long hair, the black face, the black clothing. I reckon it's really sweet. And then the number 1 I went with was the Papa Shango Zebra ringside from Select 2023. I like the photo, I like the zebra print, and I reckon it looks awesome.
That just taking a step back a bit, that Mei Ying scared the living shit out of me, that card.
I love the character. I have
no memory of her.
Well, now she hugs penis-shaped pillows, doesn't she?
Yeah, pretty much, mate. Yeah.
Oh, is that who it is?
Wendy Chu, bless her.
Chu, yeah, it's Wendy Chu.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, it was such a big difference.
Jeez, that's a contrast, isn't it?
But...
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
But that Papa Shango is awesome.
I love it.
We love that Papa Shango. Yeah, really cool.
I have no memory of that Mei Ying gimmick at all, and it is scary as hell. It's
Yeah, it's scary.
So, nice. That's quite a nice selection there.
Thank you, mate.
Nice top 5. You've lost your top 5 virginity. Welcome aboard.
Woo.
Lloyd, your top
25 and
done it. Okay, so mine. So number 5, Booker T. No, I'm kidding. No Booker T this time around. Number 5, I'm the Boogeyman from Raw Deal. This is the first and probably only time I'm going to put a Raw Deal card on my top 5. I bet,
mate. There's not enough love for Raw Deal.
I'm pretty sure I gave you a semi putting that in, didn't I, Jamie? You love Raw Deal.
I love Raw Deal. It's amazing.
When I did it, I was like, "Oh, Jamie would love this one."
Rubbing the thighs, honestly.
Number 4, I put Uncle Howdy rookie cards from Select 23. It's very spooky. It's very, very spooky. I like it. Probably be the only Uncle Howdy card they do, potentially, if they do. It's a shame, but very spooky card. It looks great. You know what I mean? It looks, the ethereal, nature of it is really quite cool. Number 3, really weirdly, because we talked about this, like all the weird monster cards that they have. Well, there wasn't that many monster cards that they did, like basically cards of a character, and they basically Photoshop them to make them look like a monster, and generally it looks shit. So this one was...
that's why they didn't do that often, I think.
Exactly. So this one I found, it was the Viper with Immortals Road to WrestleMania 2000. Is that 16?
I think it's 16,
16? They did quite a few of them, but the Viper, his shit tongue coming out the side of his mouth is hilarious. It is hilarious. Number 2 is Freddy Krueger from PPM 1999. I think I saw it listed as 1999 and 2000, but I'm leaning more these days to 2000 with it. Anyway, he's a proper naughty boy trying to kill someone on that card.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
What a gimmick!
like you can't obviously copyright one, but you can't those kind of cards. I know some people do hardcore cards and stuff like that, but it was just literally trying to put something in somebody's eye. Hilarious. And number 1 was the Fiend from Slam Attacks. It was actually Slam Attacks 21, but it was the one where he's a crispy fiend.
Crispy Fiend, yeah.
And it's out of 100. So not a lot of people know that those exist, actually. There was quite a few. There was a couple of out of 100 cards that they did for Slam Attacks. One of them was actually Nikki ASH. One of them was Omos. Trying to think who else. I think one of them was actually Roman Reigns as well, actually.
Okay, I really like the colour scheme.
And the Boneyard relic.
Sorry.
The blue and pink, I really like the colour scheme. I reckon it looks like top quality.
Yeah, it's very different, isn't it? It's like it feels out of place to the crispy fiend.
Yeah.
But I think it makes it all the more spooky that it shouldn't exist, that card, but it does. I love it.
So was it out of hobby boxes or was it retail packs? Where were these pulled from?
I just think
they
it
were
was
just
part of the
randomly
set.
inserted?
I think you could get it in hobby and whatever. I think they were just part of the set, but they were very obviously just out of 100. The amount of Slam Attacks that went out. I don't know if because they're Slam Attacks and not Slam Attacks Chrome. I'm not sure. Yeah. We would know more about them because obviously Christopher rips a lot of Slam Attacks Chrome, right? You would have found a few, but I think there was just the normal Slam Attacks 21.
Yeah, I haven't seen this. This is the first time I've seen this card, so yeah, it's new to me. So, boom.
To be honest, I knew of the other cards in that set. I didn't know about this Fiend one until I looked it up. So.
And that was such a short period of having crispy Fiend outfit. There's probably not many cards.
No. Nice hot dog Fiend.
Crispy Fiend. I have noticed though it does say Bray Wyatt and not the Fiend on the actual card, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah,
but nonetheless, it's still a nice card. Yeah. It's still very nice.
The thing is, a lot of his cards are Bray the Fiend Wyatt, aren't they? Or Bray Wyatt the Fiend. Is there any cards with him? I know that there would be match cards with the Fiend twat someone over the head.
Yeah, you might be right.
But is there any single cards that they've done that are called the Fiend?
I don't know. Bray Wyatt's never been anyone I've ever really gone for, so I've never really paid that much attention to what they actually say. It might always be, like you say, it might always be that...
I pay no attention to those cards. No. I don't either, mate, to be honest. But a lot of people do, though. He was a very popular boy. So, very cool.
Nice. Shall I do Chris's top 5 for him?
Well, do you want to do one each? Do you want to do number 5? I'll do number 4, 5, 4, 5, 4.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so I'll start number 5 then. Yeah. So number 5, he's put Kane's debut from the Flair All Access set 2002. So this is from Hell in a Cell. So it's not actually Kane's debut card, but it's an image of his debut. So it's Taker and Kane in the Hell in a Cell against Shawn Michaels, with Kane standing there and he's sort of full Kane gear.
Yeah.
That's his number 5.
Number 4 is Pumpkin Paul, as we've called him. So select 23 ringside Tiger Stripe, or Tiger, courtesy of Logan. So he pulled it. I think one of the CFP boys have pulled one as well. And I think they're very limited, the ringsides as well.
Yeah.
They're Mez, aren't they? I think he's got that wrong.
Mez.
I don't think it's a ringside. I think that's a Mez.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's a Mez.
All I will say is I'm surprised this wasn't higher on Chris's list, to be honest.
It's a very spooky card.
It's a nice card, yeah.
It's very spooky.
It's a very, very spooky card.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very good.
Yeah.
Go on then. Number 3,
very
mate.
Nice.
Go on. Do it.
Right, number 3, Papa Shango Merlin 92. Again, very spooky, classic shot of Papa Shango. This is the one with the yellow border. Number 63 from the base set, Papa Shango looking there all spooky and all his gear with his skulls on sticks and everything else like that. So, again, very spooky, classic Papa Shango. If you imagine Papa Shango in your head, that's what the Papa Shango card is, basically what it looks like.
Number 2 is The Fiend by Rob Schamberger, art card 21. It looks very spooky. It is very spooky.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
It is a nice card. And I'm glad you said that, because I would have mutilated his name like I do every single time I have a Rob. Schlamberger.
That's why I picked the order, Jamie.
David with a K, do you want to do the number 1 if you've got the list in front of you?
Go on, mate.
So number 1 is the AEW Upper Deck, and that is the Abaddon Relic card.
I can't even look at that card, man.
No. So Chris hates Abaddon, doesn't he? But he's purposely put this on there because this is the one we cut up as part of the research, didn't we?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So when we were looking at what was on the back of the relics, we mutilated an Abaddon relic basically to see what they did. But yeah, it's a horrible looking card of her. I'm sure there's people out there that find her very attractive.
She's pretty creepy, isn't she?
But she freaks me the fuck out. So
I think she's on AEW. Yeah, I was going to say she's back on AEW this week. Obviously, it's Halloween. They're wheeling her out for a match in this.
Yeah.
So Tony's picked up the phone. You're spooky. You're a spooky looking cow. You can come on TV this week. So nice. All right then. So yeah, that's Chris's top 5.
Okay.
I'll rattle through mine. There's going to be some familiar names on here, I think, based on what we've already got, but slightly different takes. So number 5. I've gone for the Road to WrestleMania set, and this is Bray Wyatt's WrestleMania entrance. We had all these sort of Jeepers Creepers scarecrows around him.
Yeah.
So he's there holding his lantern, and they've got all these like creepy scarecrows around him. So that's number 5. This is a first-time appearance at number 4 on the top 5. And I think even on the podcast, I don't think we've mentioned this much at all. The AEW Versus set. So this is obviously their version of your sort of battle cards, your Raw deal type stuff. But this is House of Black, and it's got Julia Hart and also got, I think it's Brody King, I don't think it's Malachi Black, I think it's Brody on the card. But again, it's a black and white silhouette of them walking through the fog, and it's just pretty much lots of black.
That's cool.
So that's my number 4. Number 3, I've gone for the Tombstone inserts from Chrome 2021, I'm going to say. So this is from the Buried Alive match, and this is Taker with his hand out of the grave with a purple glove. So that's my number
very
3.
Cool inserts, mate.
Number 2. Sorry, mate.
They're very cool inserts, those ones.
They're really nice. I have tried to try and work through and collect some of those as well, like the In Your House ones as well, but they're still obviously trying to pick them up as you go along, really. You know, they're out there. It's just thinking I'll do them this month, you know. Number 2, I've gone for the Brood SmackDown Chrome from Comic Images 1999. This is the trio of all the guys, and it's sort of like got a reddish, goldy sort of colouring with all the flames underneath. So that's my number 2. And then number 1, we've got a return of a custom. Again, I had to do a bit of research to try and find a sort of card for Daphne.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are quite a few throughout the years through TNA sets, but this just came up in my hunt. So this is a Daphne Kiss card, and it's also an auto as well. I wasn't sure who the maker of this was, but again, this is new to me. But I'll put this at number 1 just because, you know, it's quite a spooky person, spooky gimmick, and fits the bill quite nice. Really
cool.
So
I like that.
that's my top 5. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah,
nice.
That's pretty much it. I guess really, as we do each week, have we got any honourable mentions for spooky cards? We've got 20 different cards there. So there's a hell of a lot to pick from. But any honourable mentions that you can think of?
No, nothing really.
Nothing really. No, I was trying to see if I could find one with the Wyatt family on it, with all the masks and everything.
Yeah, well, the whole world in your hand thing. That was quite spooky. I'm sure there's a load of Kane cards out there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Nothing that springs to mind that we need to include in it.
I was kind of hoping to try and find some. Obviously, there are Road to WrestleManias and stuff. They always have like random matches. I was hoping there might be like a trick or treat match card, like the New Day or something, smashing pumpkins, or
That'd be cool.
something like that. But there's nothing really gimmicky. I couldn't find them anywhere. There's probably something like that out there. So I was kind of hunting for that. But I really wanted also to try and find something with like Kane or Taker, like shooting lightning out their hands or something like that. You know, like but yeah, there's quite a lot out there. But yeah, not too much. If you didn't look too much, there was obviously some sort of hard names to pick from. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So do you want to Mega 5? How do you want to do this? Do you want to Mega 5 as normal, see what we can do?
We'll do the countdown clock, and then I'll do my idea.
Okay, go for it. Right. 1, 2, 3. That's our 30 seconds done. Right, Lloydy, what's your idea then for Mega 5? What are you thinking?
There is no Mega 5 this week.
I agree.
Chris is not here. And ultimately, even though if Chris was here, I would still say the same thing. I propose that on our lists, every single one of us, I believe, have got a Fiend or a Bray Wyatt card on our list.
Yeah.
We get those options and we send them out on the social medias and say, what's your favourite? And the favourite card goes into our Hall of Fame next year.
Sounds good. As the Bray Wyatt tribute category of the Hall of Fame card.
I would say, I think we should add a fifth, just because the listener's card, as it were. So you remember Brian Lyons said about there's like one card of Bray Wyatt holding up his title, and that's that top now card.
The Fiend belt.
Yeah, exactly. I think those should be 5 cards that we send out to our listeners and say, which one do you like the most?
And do a little poll.
Get the poll. Like, we get Chris to do it when he's back up and running again, and there's no rush for it, right? We'll get the poll, and then we'll take it from there.
Boom. Okay, so Mega 5 will have a tribute Bray Wyatt card voted for by the listeners, and we'll also include Brian Lyons' Fiend belt card as part of that poll, and the winner goes through his Hall of Fame. It's
our first official Hall of Fame card for 2024.
Of the year. Awesome. Yeah, there we go. So I think that's a good shout. I think this one was going to be always quite tough anyway. And I think if we weren't even going to do this, it was like trying to pick out the most spooky wrestlers. But again, it just doesn't work out the same. So that's a nice touch, Lloydy. Well done.
Well, when is other than potentially next year Halloween, when does Bray Wyatt is going to be mentioned in our top 5? Not very often.
Again,
yeah. Why not?
Nice. Yeah, sounds good. All right.
Okay.
Well, I think we're nearly the end of the show. So we've got our final bits. Lloydy, now next time is your episode, number 37. 37. What are you thinking? What are you wanting to do 37? Do you want anything special for 37? What are we doing? What are we thinking?
Can we include Kevin Smith film quotes into the show?
I won't have any idea what they are, or when they're quotes or they're just you talking. Let's go. I will have no idea.
Lovely. I'm looking forward to that immensely. So the only thing I have planned first, really, with so when we're going to do top 5 Mega 5 next week, it was going to be, and I don't know how we're going to do this, but 37 out of. So the 37th card parallel out of 50.
Right, okay.
Whatever. So basically it's any card. So it either has to be like any way you can find it. So either in your collection, in someone else's collection, on eBay, whatever. Obviously, it has to be wrestling related, but yeah, the top 5 cards we can find of 37 out of.
So,
A bit mad.
That's going to be quite tough.
I know.
But we can do it, I'm sure.
That's the thing. Like, it's a special week. It needs to be a bit of a challenge for a special week.
I think it will be.
There's only going to be 137th episode.
Yeah, do it, mate. If you want to do that, we'll rise to the challenge, no doubt.
The only thing is we still don't know what Jamie's doing because of travelling potentially.
Oh,
so
yes,
we'll make do. We always make do. We'll make do.
We'll figure it out.
Hook by crook, we'll make do. So, and if I don't speak to you before you go, Jamie, bon voyage, good travels.
Bon voyage.
If you actually do go.
At this point, yeah, figure it out.
So peeling back the curtain, while Jamie is away, we're filming another 2 episodes because he's not in the next 2 episodes, and then we're back for a 3 episode slog of recording when he comes back. So yeah, fun and games.
But we'll get there. Yeah. But yeah, so if I don't talk to you before next episode, I'll speak to you when I get back. Right, let's do our plugs and goodbyes as we always do. I'll rattle off the usual bits and pieces. So if you want to find us on Facebook, please come over to the Facebook group. David Kiddle can vouch that there's lots going on in that group, isn't there, David?
Absolutely, mate, yeah.
Yes, there is.
Liberated tomorrow, so...
There is. There's always loads of good fun going in there. So come join the Facebook group. Search for Squared Circle Relics on Facebook and come join the group. If you want to search for us on Twitter, you can find me on @Jamie Stocker. And I'll let Lloydy do all the SCR pod type things for Twitter shortly. Other than that, really, there's nothing more plug wise for me. Again, if you want any of the Leaf auto cards, just give me a DM. I'm always about on Messenger and stuff like that, so do pick one up from me if you want it. Over to you, Lloydy. Plugs and whatnot.
@SCR pod. That's our Twitter. I do try and put some stuff on there, but yes. I still have in my mind that we're going to have to pay for it soon, and we're probably not going to stay on there. So a lot of it is very much Insta/Facebook orientated. We do a lot more on Facebook, I think, than most wrestling card people do, to be honest. We're always interacting and stuff like that. I think CFP and us are 2 of the, we've got a smaller group of people, but there's always someone chatting about something on there. So that's pretty cool, man. We've got a nice little community. But CFP as well. Go and sign up for their Patreon. So I'm D_Lloydy on Insta. Nobody ever messages me. I don't care anymore. This is Kiddle. This is where Chris says, don't message him. And I go, oh, there you go. So go on, Mr. K. I'll even let you at the end of you doing your plugs. I'll let you do the sign off as well if you want. You can do my sign off.
No, I'll let you do it, mate. It's all right, I appreciate it.
You sure?
yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just Instagram's @single sealed memorabilia, and then eBay shop again is single sealed memorabilia too.
Lovely. Nice to have you on, mate.
We'll also share it in our Facebook group again.
Yeah.
We'll shove it in there to give people a link directly to you as well.
No, thanks for that. I appreciate you having me on, chaps. I do really appreciate it. And it's a bit of an experience for me. So
yeah. Hopefully, first of many, mate. First of many.
Hope so, mate. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, have a nice brew together on Saturday when you go down to the card show.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, sadly, it's a bit early to drink. Shame.
Yeah, a little bit early.
Never mind.
But David with a K, let us know what trades you do after hours as well. Let us know what you managed to do, and we'll report back on next episode.
Yeah, well, I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you updated, see if I find any sealed packs and stuff as well, and go from there.
Cool.
Nice. Cool. All right. Well, lads, nice to catching up again. Chris, hope all goes well. We'll catch up with you next time round.
Yeah.
And this has been episode 36. Look out for 37 next week, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And fuck John Cena.